First story.
My husband, 26, told me that the worst part of his day is coming home to his family. Yet he still expects me, 23F, to be intimate with him. How does he think I can do that? We have one kid, and I know he loves his job while home life can be overwhelming. But after hearing something like that, I just can't bring myself to feel any attraction. He believes that sex is the missing piece that would make home better, but that logic feels completely off to me. I have no idea how to make our marriage work when I know he feels so miserable at home. For context, my husband is a good man. We both work and get home around the same time. He enjoys cooking, so he handles dinner while I manage our son. The house is often messy, but neither of us stresses over it. By the time we finally settle down for the evening, we have maybe an hour or two to ourselves, which usually goes to watching TV or gaming, not real intimacy. I know I could try harder in that area, but how am I supposed to feel connected when I know he resents being here? I don't want a divorce, we both want to make things work. We've talked about this, and he understands why his words affected me. But moving past it feels impossible right now, and I don't know how to fix it. Comment 1. Anytime someone uses the phrase, a good man, I instantly know the guy's a waste of space and the person has a super low bar. He's telling you that because he wants you to feel guilt and work hard to make his life easier. It's not your job to be easy for him or suffer, so he's unburdened. Great people step up to the responsibility of a family. It's rewarding and they take pride in it. What are you doing that's so awful? Comment 2. This guy isn't devoted to his wife and he is taking his poor kid for granted if seeing them is the worst part of their day. Don't have children if you can't handle the energy and chaos that comes with little kids. There's only so many years where you get to come home to a kid who runs at you at the end of the day to give you a big hug, and that should never be the worst part of your day. Comment 3. A good man doesn't tell you that you are the worst part of the day, no matter how many dishes he does. It's really his job to make it better. He's the one who broke the intimacy by saying he likes everything else in his day better than being with you. Do you have access to couples counseling?
Second story.
Fiancé 27F is cheating on me, 29M, not knowing I know, and we're weeks away from the wedding? The relationship is over for me at this point. There's nothing she could say or do to make me change my mind. I do not love or like this woman anymore. Anyways, I just need help exposing her affair publicly. I've been in a relationship with this woman named Emma for 5 years now. We've been living together for 3 years. I thought we would be together forever, but she clearly had other plans. The backstory is Emma comes from a very wealthy family. They're big players in the real estate business here locally. Her father is on billboards and has political power in our small town. Emma works for her dad's company as an agent. There's this guy named John who also works for her dad's company. John is in his mid-30s with an entire wife and family. A few weeks ago, I ran into a friend of Emma's from work. She informed me that Emma and this guy John might have something going on, and I might want to look into it. I asked her would she think that, and she claimed that Emma and John were being touchy at the office. I told her to not say anything and I'll do my own research. I'm an airline pilot and I'm usually on reserve status, so this probably gives Emma the freedom to cheat on me. I went straight for hiring a PI to follow her while I was at work. Sure enough, the PI found out John was at the house within 30 minutes of me leaving for work. The worst part is that he would let himself into our house before. She even showed up. Then the PI followed them to a restaurant outside of town. I have pictures and videos of everything, them making out in the parking lot of this restaurant. Then there was the trip to Nashville to visit one of her friends. Sure enough, John was also out of town that weekend, according to his office. Last week, I put some cameras disguised as plugs around the house. Sure enough, they were having sex in our bedroom. The PI also showed me a woman who walked into the house while Emma and John were inside. I identified the woman as Emma's best friend and maid of honor. I've been sitting on all this evidence for a few days now, and I haven't made a singe move yet. I also haven't shown her any signs of me knowing. I told her that the medication my doctor put me on temporarily decreased my sex drive. Our wedding is right around the corner in May. In my head, I've been battling thoughts of how to handle this situation. I could just end it with her now. The other option is to end it right, before we obtain our wedding license, few days before the actual wedding. If she had just cheated on me at some hotel or whatever, I'd just break up with her. But her cheating on me in our bed is something I can't let go that easily. Also, if her best friend knows, then all her friends know about it probably. I've already informed my parents and friends about the situation. I just want ideas on how to expose her. because I'm truly hurt about this whole thing. Her parents are paying for 80% of the wedding. I'll probably lose some money, but I think it'll be worth it waiting it out. My friends had the idea of us just disappearing on a trip the week of our wedding and ignoring her. That's at the top of the list currently. Apologies. If all of this sounds scrambled, I've got a lot on my mind right now. I occasionally lurk in this subreddit, and I know there's a lot of creative people here. If you need more info, please ask. Also, the names aren't real in this post. Thank you. First comment. I would just break up and say, I thought about it and I just think I can do better. And not give any more details. I found woman let no details eat them alive. And it's not like that be a lie, or you would be dramatic. If best friend is married, I'd for sure also tell friend's husband she is covering for this, though. Second comment. Agreed. The most logical thing is to break up. Tell them you know what they did. You have piles of evidence that you will tastefully release. If she badmouths you and be on your way, I'd almost even leave that in a note and avoid any opportunity to gaslight and argue. The revenge path is ridiculous. Third comment. I'm with you. This really doesn't make sense. Why would she still be getting married to you if she's that into John? So much so that her maid of honor even knows about this affair and is apparently supportive of it or involved with it. But then why would she still care to be a part of your wedding? I guess it makes sense that your wife has all this free time to cheat and go out of town with John because you're gone on flights. But how does John's family not notice all of that time he's out with another woman? And emotionally, it doesn't seem realistic that you would be able to be so level-headed about this. It has to be showing on you. All of your family and friends. No, but no one is outraged enough to call her out or act coldly towards her when she talks to them. I have to believe this is fake.
Third story.
Aita for telling my wife she can't cook. I, 29M, have been with my wife, 28F, for 8 years. And meals are just about the only place of contention in our marriage. But I'm scared she's going to kill someone one day. Background, we split the cooking in our house 50-50. But when she cooks, I feel like I have to watch her like a hawk. She undercooks just about everything, especially meat. And no matter how many times I try to politely correct her, she claims I'm being picky. For example, every time she makes rice, I just can't convince her it's 1 part rice to 2 parts water. She always says, "Are you sure? That seems like a lot of water." Or, "Maybe that's how you like it, but I don't want it so mushy." The package in Google won't convince her either. And I just swallow my pride and eat the crunchy rice every time. It's like that with everything. Pasta, veggies, bread, meat. The thing is, I wouldn't care so much if it was just me. But she always wants to cook for our friends. She really prides herself on her cooking and wants to make everything herself. I just trail behind her, trying to make sure it's all edible. But there's usually a few dishes that end up drastically oversalted or undercooked. Our friends will politely eat, but I noticed they've been coming to fewer and fewer invitations for dinner. Things all came to a head the other night, when she went to put some chicken in the oven as I was hopping in the shower. When I came out, she had pulled the chicken out and said dinner was ready. I was skeptical and told her that it had only been like 10 minutes. She said she pan-seared it first, so it was fine. But when I came to look, the sides were literally pink. I snapped a little and told her she's going to kill someone one day from serving them raw meat. Can't you see that it's pink? That's food safety #1. She said she thought it was done, and it's not her fault. Her mother never showed her how to cook chicken growing up. I then told her, "Well, you're almost 30. That's no excuse for not knowing how to cook at all." Needless to say, she was pretty upset with me, and I probably could have been nicer. But I've been nice about it for 8 years, and nothing has changed. Aita. Comment 1. Maybe both of you take a basic cooking class together as some sort of couples thing. I don't know what to do about someone who won't agree. Rice is a 2-to-1 ratio. When the packaging even says so, edit. The comments focusing on my rice ratios. This is a callback to the OP, showing her the package instructions and the wife sticking to her ratio. That makes crunchy rice. Not a debate on the perfect rice ration. Possibly sit down with her when not cooking or eating and say, "Look, let's fix this cooking situation. You say your mother never taught you how to cook. I was harsh and said you should know by now. Are you actually open to someone teaching you how to cook? If she says no, then ask her what her solution actually is. If she says yes, then sign up for the cooking classes." Second comment. There's no real single answer to the rice-water ratio. Different varieties of rice need different ratios of liquid added. Most are somewhere between 1 cup of rice to 1.52 cups of liquid. And of course, you can adjust to your own taste. But cutting the liquid fully in half like OP's partner did is not going to yield a result that most people will enjoy. Third comment. Depends on the type of rice and also how you cook it. I don't have a rice cooker, and in my country, traditionally we use bomba rice and cook it uncovered in wide and shallow pans. So when done like that, it calls for more liquid, usually 2-1, but it can even need a little bit more.
If you like the stories, feel free to hit the like button, share, and subscribe.